welcome back to my channel, Confessions of a Dollar Tree Addict. I'm Marina, and it's like beautiful out today. It's not even that long of a day. It's like 6:30, but lately it's been hard for me to get things done, and that's okay. It's like par for the course. I feel like any day that I get out of the house and I accomplish anything is better than nothing. And I just wanted to come on here and share with you guys some of my recent experiences, as well as thank you all. I just want to say thank you. So many of you have even, okay, let me see if I can regroup and collect my thoughts. It's a beautiful day here. Really beautiful weather, and I think that is one of the major things that has kept me going. If it was winter, I'm not sure that I'd be able to leave my house at all, but the weather affects my mood so much that I know if I don't absorb every drop of sunshine that I can right now, I don't even know how I'll make it through the winter. If that makes any sense to anybody, then it makes sense. Some people love the winter. I really, really love the summer months. I want to say thank you to so many of you amazing women who have sent cards, gifts, even money. I'm going to packages. I'm going to do a video thanking everyone properly, but I just don't have it in me today, and didn't have it in me yesterday, and I can only do what I have in me. If I can't do it, I just can't do it, guys. I just can't. I'm not there yet. And I don't want to come on camera and cry hysterical again. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm trying really hard not to do that right now. I don't know what's going on with me. My skin is so dry all of a sudden. Maybe I'm not drinking enough water. Honestly, my husband used to force me to drink liquids. I forget. And now I have to remember on my own. And I have to remember to force my son to drink liquids. I love this stuff. I got it from Dollar General for $1. It's so good. The nourishing lotion for dry skin, English lavender. I don't know, but I love the smell of lavender. I really do. I know a lot of people hate it, but I love it. The Yardley scent, it just reminds me of, I don't know, it's old school scented. I wanted to share with you guys something that happened to me recently that was pretty remarkable, and I think gave me some type of solace in this great loss that I suffered, that my son has suffered, and that so many people actually have suffered. My in-laws. My husband's passing was really untimely. Now, I know that a lot of people were like, well, was your husband sick? Yes, but I never thought that he would pass away. I kind of thought my husband was indestructible in so many ways that it's hard to even explain it. I just never thought that this was going to happen. It came as an insane shock. And that's also the reason why I am rocking this 90s layered sort of modern day version of a shag. The shock of what happened to my husband actually put me into shock. I was in shock, you guys. And believe it or not, actual shock. I mean, I went to the emergency room at some point and thought I was having a heart attack, and I wasn't. I just was in shock. It's part of shock, and it's actually caused a lot of my hair to fall out. I've heard from several people that it does eventually grow back, but that is very stressful. I love my hair. I mean, who doesn't love their hair? But I did what I needed to do, and I got this haircut today, and I kind of like it. It's sort of fun, and it reminds me of my 90s raver chick days with clips, and I mean, it's only hair, right? It's not the end of the world, but to me it's a lot, and it's been an adjustment. I've lost a lot of things in the last few weeks, and I guess I haven't lost my sense of humor. I do find the most crazy things funny sometimes because life is crazy, and if you don't laugh, what are you gonna do? I mean, I can't cry every minute of the day. I've tried. I just physically can't anymore. And I've lost my best friend. My husband was my absolute best friend. Every time my husband would get sick, I always felt like I was losing something. And, you know, some have said that it was good that he was sick and didn't just pass away during his accident, because that probably would have killed me. And I would have to say that's true. It's quite possible that would have killed me. I don't know that I can take any more grief. I've lost a lot of things in my life that I've had, and I've lost them not by choice. They've just slipped through my fingers, and it's been hard to accept different phases of life over the course of my life. And I'm sure that there are lots of people out there who can identify with what I'm feeling, but I do have, I guess, a glimmer of hope in this video that I really want to share with you guys. Now, I say that I've lost a lot of things. Not only have I lost a lot of things, I mean, you guys will become more and more aware of them as time goes on, but I've also been met with a lot of disgustingness that I'm not even willing to get into anymore. It's just literally not worth the breath that comes out of my body. Some people seriously get off on other people's unhappiness, and there's something truly wrong with that. I've spent days and days trying to figure out if something I could have done would change the outcome of the days that lie ahead. And the truth is, it's not a healthy place to go to. I've done some online therapy, which is pretty awesome, I have to say. It's not that expensive because I'm not in a great financial place right now as a result of some very bad legal advice that my husband and I received post his brain injury that did not work out to my benefit, but hopefully Chris and I will be okay in the future. Right now, things are uncertain. That I'm certain of. But I wanted to share with you guys a really remarkable thing that happened to me. I was about to leave my house the other day, and honestly, I had spent the whole day crying. I had bad news from a friend that was unexpected. My husband had passed away. My son is dealing with it in his own way and doesn't really want to do anything, and that's fine. He's allowed to grieve however he chooses. And I just felt really alone, even though I have so many wonderful people that are here and supporting me, but I felt alone at that moment. And I was having a whole conversation with my husband who was not there. And I've done that lately where I just am like telling him, hello, we talked about this. What are you doing about it? We've had these conversations where I was actually telling him, remember when we first met, we watched the TV show Supernatural and we talked about like heaven and hell and deals with God and the devil and all of those things. These are the crazy things that Marina does when she's not in the Dollar Tree, in case you guys wanted to know. And then another show we watched was, I think it was called Dead Like Me, with that girl, I think her name was Sam. I can't even remember, but I loved the show. Like a toilet fell on her, and she then, instead of passing away, because she wasn't like a particularly pleasant person when she was alive, so she had the job of being a reaper, and she was given like a different face, so she couldn't go to her family and tell them she was okay, and she had developed a conscience. I don't know if you guys know the show, but I'll put a picture. We loved that show. That was mine, John's, and Christopher's dinner time theater for like, I don't know, an entire winter. And then we watched another series called The Good Place. Now, for those of you who follow my channel, you'll know that I recently found that cookbook, and I felt like that was a mega sign. But I love The Good Place, and John and I would debate, because the lady on the show, she curses like a truck driver. And for those of you who know, so do I. No, I curse. I've been known to drop the F-bomb more than my fair share of fair-weathered friends may. But my friends, it's a coping mechanism. I'm either going to drop the F-bomb or do something worse. So the F-bomb it is. And the girl in The Good Place, I forget the actress's name, but I love that show, because she makes it to heaven by basically like a mistake, sort of, but she does like one good deed. Anyway, if you got, I'm not going to spoil it, the show, but the show is awesome. Or at least I think. It gets a mega Marina thumbs up. And John and I would debate it. So John and I would debate the show, and he would be like, I don't know how I feel about this heaven. I mean, she's cursing. It's not very heavenly. And I'm like, I don't think that heaven keeps tabs on words. I mean, they're just words. They're letters. We gave them meaning. God didn't. If there is a God, I don't think God gave words value. Why does the word love have more value than the F-bomb? I mean, hate has an energy behind it. But the F-bomb is just a release of energy. It's not like, I don't know, but I just feel like it's okay. If there's anyone out there that understands what I'm saying, let me know. Hate has an emotion behind it. So does the F-bomb, but not really. It's kind of like a releasing of energy, and then it's out there. Now, to some people, cursing is bad, and I understand that. And some people are very judgmental. I, on the other hand, am not. Because in my world, the girl in the TV show made it to heaven, even though she was confused. She was doing mostly good things. I kind of identified with her, although, I mean, she did a lot of crappy things, but she evolved in the show. I love the show because it shows like that there's good in everyone. And I kind of love that about the show. And anyway, my husband and I watched it and enjoyed it. It was just a TV show. I'm not saying it's like a cult or my religion. All I'm saying is that I loved the show and I shared it with my husband. And we really enjoyed it. And we would debate it a lot. Like, what type of heaven do you believe in? And I was always telling him, if that is heaven, if heaven's like that, like The Good Place, then I'm going to have brownie points. I can even share them with you. They'll be like frequent flyer miles or something. And he would be like, okay, honey, I don't think that's what it's going to be like. And I'll be like, all right, well, if I go before you, I would tell my husband, if I go before you, I'm not giving you a green light to date or anything. I'm like letting you know right now, I'm going to haunt you. So you better not be dating. And he would be like, well, I wouldn't want to date. I'm like, well, let's just remember that you said that, because, I mean, you're going to have to take care of Chris, and I'm not really willing to have you give him a new mom. Nope. No dating for you. Sorry. I'm going to haunt you if you do. And he was like, okay, honey. And then I would be like, I mean, I'm probably going to go before you, because I always thought that I would. I mean, I have a lot of anxiety. I have PTSD. I just thought that my husband was indestructible. I really did. He had been through so much, and he came out of it. I didn't think that he was going to go before me, but he would say, well, what are you going to do? And if you go before me, you have to give me a sign, like, so that I know for sure that I have to be earning more brownie points so that we can go to the same place. Like, I want to be sure. And he's like, but your attention is like so bad, you're not even going to notice if I'm sending you signs. And I would be like, well, yeah, don't like send me nickels or pennies or feathers. Those things, I'm not going to believe them. That I'll see them and then I'll be like, I don't believe that. That could have fallen out of a pillow. I have a lot of things. I'm a slob. The nickel could come from anywhere. Don't do things like that. If you could just explode like things, or like a lamp or something to show me. I mean, we actually had this conversation, you guys. That's what's so crazy. So we had these conversations. So after my husband's services and all of the crazy things that I had to endure the last few weeks that many of you guys are not aware of, and I'm happy about that. I am so grateful for the love and support of the people who follow my channel and some of the amazing content creators who have reached out to me that I'm really grateful for, and you know who you are. Now, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you so much. Those women have been a really comforting support to me, and I'm really, really grateful to them. I'm really grateful to them. There's still a lot of crazy stuff going on YouTube, and I don't agree with everything that everybody's doing. It's not for me to agree with. I'm not getting involved in any of it anymore because it is honestly beneath me. I don't know that that is a word that is not going to haunt me for saying later, but I'm going to say it. It's beneath me. I am not engaging with people who are so negative that they are absolutely abusive and horrifying, and the things that they are doing are disgusting. So that having been said, I'm going to skip over that and tell you guys the story of what gave me hope to go on, because I was really at an all-time low. And what happened was I took my phone out. I had it here in my shoulder. I always keep my phone like up here because I try not to keep it down here because people tell you not to do that. It's not good for you, whatever. So I had it up here and I took it out of the strap of my bra and it opened up TikTok. I don't really go on TikTok. For those of you who follow me, you know I really don't follow TikTok that much. Every once in a while, I'll do one of the TikTok filters or something and post it because it's funny. Or my son and his friends would joke around over something and I would share it with you guys. But for the most part, I'm not a TikTok person. And it opened up to a TikTok live. And I was like, whoa, what is this? So the TikTok live was of a, I guess, psychic card reader or something like that. And her name was Kay. I don't even know what I was doing, honestly. It just opened up to it and it said tap to enter the live. But she was saying, type the number 1, ONE, and get a card. She wasn't charging anything. I thought it would cost money or something. And I was like, okay. It was weird that it opened up to a psychic. So I don't really believe in all that. But I was like, all right, I'll put 1. So I typed the word 1 and I was taken inside and it said Marina and then the number 1. So I didn't even have to type my name. I didn't even know it was going to do that. Thought it was going to say Confessions of a Dollar Tree Addict, but it didn't do that. I guess that's normal. And so she was telling other people some futures or I guess presents or whatever. She was telling them facts of what her guides were telling her. And I was like, oh, I'm really skeptical. If this is how you're going to show me a sign, John, you should know by now that I'm really a skeptic. You knew that I was skeptical of these things. I need like earth-shattering evidence. And so I was like, I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm just going to sit here quietly. And I was trying to write like really happy, supportive things to people like, oh, good for you on your new job. Congrats, or things like that. Because I didn't want to let on that I might be sad. Because I don't know, I was skeptical. There's no other word for it. I don't just naturally fall hook, line, and sinker for these internet psychics. And so I was like, okay, let's see what Kay's got. So as I was in there, she was reading all these people's one card pull. And then she goes, oh my gosh. And she was saying that she wasn't feeling very well and that her eyes were tearing. And she was like, I think it's my allergies. And she went to get the tissue box and it fell off the table. And I was like, oh boy, this lady's having a severe allergic attack. I feel bad for her. And then she was like, no, I have a heavy feeling in my chest. It's not my allergies. And she was crying. She was wiping her tears. And she said, we have a 111 spirit with us. At the time that this lady was doing this card pull TikTok live thing, I didn't know what a 111 spirit even meant. It means a recently departed spirit, but I had a feeling, but still I was like not letting on. And people were saying like, oh, my dad passed away 2 years ago. My mom passed away 3 years ago. You know, my cousin passed away last year. And I was reading those things and I was like, what constitutes recently departed in the ever after? You know, I don't know what the rules are. Are there rules? And so I didn't say anything. I just sat there. And then I noticed there were a lot of people waiting to get their one card done. And so I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to sit here all day. This could be like a scam. Maybe she says this every day and somebody is always in here that's maybe grieving and desperate for answers. And I don't want to get taken advantage of. I'm not going to stay in here and somehow get scammed out of a whole lot of money on a TikTok psychic hotline. Or at least that's what I was thinking. I mean, you know, I remember call psychic hotline for $19.99 a minute and have all your problems solved kind of. Do you guys remember those? I mean, I'm 52 in September, so I was like, I'm not getting roped into this. I don't know. I think I'm going to get off. And when I went to get off, she started reading the names and she read off the list of people that were ahead of me. And I was like, oh, there's a lot of people ahead of me. I don't know how long it's going to take. And she was like, okay. I'll make sure. She was like talking to the recently departed spirit. That, you know, some people are probably like, okay, Marina's gone crazy, disconnect from this channel. But I mean, this is what was happening on this day. It doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it did mean something to me at that moment. And I think that's all that really matters. But she was like, wait, you know, she was like, okay, I'm going to do the best that I can. She's like, I'm going to try to hurry because the spirit wants to speak to their loved one, wants to get through to their loved one. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to sit here just in case. Maybe it is my spirit, my recently departed spirit. And so I sat there. There were a lot of names, and you guys know that I can't sit for very long. And I was like, oh my God, each one of these takes like 5 minutes. This is going to be a long time. I just dragged myself off the floor, showered, got dressed. I have to leave the house today. Like, I can't stay home another day. I don't think this is healthy. And then she started calling the names, but they weren't there. And so she was like, what's going on? Did everybody leave for lunch? I don't usually have this. This doesn't always happen. If you're going to write your name down, make sure you can stay for a while. And then she had read the list and I knew, I can't remember the name now, but there was like 1 or 2 names ahead of me that I kind of remembered at the time. So I knew how far, you know what I mean? Like how far off until my name. And then I heard her call the name and I'm like, oh wow, we've moved far. A lot of people are gone. And so then she called the person ahead of me and I was like, I think I'm next. And so I didn't leave the chat. And then she talked to them about like a coworker, I think it was. Nothing super heavy, something to do with a coworker and like office, you know, office drama. And then she said, Marina, she pinned my name up and she said, I'm going to pull your card. Are you still in there? And so then I typed in, sure am, Kay, and I put like a smiley emoji because I didn't want her to know that I was sad or grieving or anything. I didn't want to give her any inkling to like fool me in any way. And then she was like, Marina, are you aware that you have lost a loved one? Is there, do you not know? Maybe you have to call your family. And she was about to pull my card and she had pulled it and I could see it was like pretty and green. And I was like, oh my God, is this real? And I was like, well, I do know So I admitted it. Like I admitted it. And now don't get me wrong, I had to make funeral arrangements, and I've talked to people obviously about my husband dying, but after that, I haven't said it out loud to people, not in real life. Like, I've recorded it in videos and I've talked about it on video, but for some reason, when I said it like in real time, it was very real for me. And I don't know, it's weird. Since then, I was able to like admit it to people in public that see me or say like, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, no, my husband has passed away. And it's like, you put those words out there and then they're like there. So I said it in this video, or it was a TikTok live. I said it in this TikTok live, and I was like, yes, Kay. She was saying, could be your brother, somebody close to you. Maybe you should call your family, because I wasn't admitting to anything. And I said, no, my husband passed away a few weeks ago. And she was crying hysterical and told everyone in the chat to please send me love and that she was so sorry for my loss. But then she explained that the card, Saint Raphael, was one of the 3 angels that are in the Bible, which ended up meaning a lot to my mother-in-law. It's a saint that she prayed to most of my husband's life. I didn't know that at the time. And she explained that the card was sending, that my husband was trying to get a message to me about Saint Raphael was the God's healing card, and that he was sorry for all of the terrible things that had happened to us in our life. He was just sorry for all of the horrible things that had happened surrounding our life lately, and that God's healing was coming towards us through this card, this archangel card or something. I mean, I'm not like a psychic. It was just one card, but it was something so powerful, because after she pulled that card and that happened, I just felt like, wow, John, you did it. You found a way to send me a message, and it was pretty freaking brilliant. Like the freaking Good Place. Or if you believe that, I choose to believe that maybe he did do that, and it was kind of a sign, a huge one, because he knew that I needed a huge, huge sign. And so after I got that huge message from Kay, and probably my husband, I want to believe it's my husband that sent it. Could have been, some people believe that we create our own reality. So many things could be explained, but I feel it was miraculous. After that happened, I went to the store, and the first thing that I saw when I went through the book aisle was that book, The Good Place cookbook. No, it's called The Freaking Good Book Cookbook, and it's from The Good Place, because that lady curses. But when she tries to curse in The Good Place, she can't drop the F-bomb. It comes out freaking, which is really funny, I think. And it was pretty freaking amazing how my husband sent me his sign. And it's given me the ability to go get my hair cut and know that not all disgusting paths that are open to me are ones that I have to tread on. I don't have to. There is so much that I don't like in the world, and so much that I love in the world. I'm trying really hard to stay on the path of the things that I love in this world. And there have been so many things that I've loved in this world that were not worth my love. I've made those mistakes, and I hope to not make them again. But that's okay too. I have free will. We all do. And I don't even know exactly what this is all about, but this is part of my process. That sign, it got me out of my bed. People reaching out to me that I didn't expect to reach out to me, they got me a little bit hopeful that I could have a tomorrow. I felt like my life was over. I really felt like I was going to die right along with my husband. And I still feel a little bit like that. I don't feel very well, but I'm still here and I'm doing the best that I can to get better every day. And I started taking biotin, and if anybody has any other suggestions on how to keep your hair from falling out, because it's literally, oh, this haircut might have really helped me, because I have, oh my gosh, I don't really have a lot of hair falling out, you guys. That's kind of amazing. I think I've really needed the haircut. I just want, I mean, I do look like a shaggy. It's okay. It's not the worst thing that ever happened to me. There have been so many bad things. What could I say? But I just want to tell you all who have been reaching out to me. I'm having a lot of phone problems as well. We all know what that means to Marina. And I'm actually in the process of getting a new phone. I may even get a new number so that some of these things can stop for a while. And I just want to say thank you to you guys. I cannot believe the support and outpouring of love that I have received from this beautiful community of amazing people. So many of you are survivors, and one survivor to another, we know each other. We can see each other's souls, and we can feel that energy. And I really appreciate that, because it's helped me make it this far. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. So I just wanted to give you guys a little tiny bit of what's been going on with me. I'm not great, but I'm still here, guys. And I guess I wanted to share the beautiful view that I have. This is where I live. I'm lucky that I live here. It does give me a sense of peace. Sometimes when I can't sleep at night, and I can't sleep at night, I just panic and freak out at night. I kind of walk down to the corner and I just look at the water and I'm like, it's okay. Even though if I were to like jump in the water, I'd probably freak out, because I don't know, I have a lot of phobias all of a sudden, and I'm really terrified of everything lately, but I think it's normal. I'm terrified of the unknown at the moment, but I know it's going to get better. And I just wanted to thank you all. That's it. I wanted to share this kind of amazing thing that happened that gave me the shred of hope that I needed to go on. Wanted to share it. I'm like shrinking. I don't know what I'm like. I just sort of wanted to share this all with you guys and kind of give you an update on where I am right now and how I am doing. And thank you all so much for your support. It means the world to me. It's what's keeping me going right now, guys. It's literally what keeps me going, is knowing that so many amazing people look forward to what I have to share. And I will always share from the heart, because that's just who I am. Stay safe and stay savvy, my friends. And lead with love. Lead with love. That's the answer. I know it. Bye, guys.